from Big Speaking with class. Hey English learners, welcome back to the NHŊT podcast. Your go-to English podcast for learning English step by step in a fun and simple way. I'm Aaron. And I'm Evan. Aaron, how are you today? I'm doing great, thanks. A little busy, but I'm staying positive. This morning I spilled coffee on my shirt, and instead of crying about it, I thought, well, at least I know a reason wearing my favorite hoodie. That's good thinking. For me, it's with coffee too. I was so excited to drink, and I forgot my mud under the machine. Suddenly, the coffee was everywhere, except in my cup. Oh no, did you panic? For a second, yes. But then I thought, well, at least my kitchen smells like coffee now. That's a spirit. See, learners, life gives a little action every day. The trick is whether you complain or laugh about it. But Aaron, have you noticed? Our podcast is never complete without coffee in it. That's true. Somehow coffee next our stories. Maybe that's why so many of listeners grab a cup before turning in. Yeah, but you know what, Aaron? There's something else that will give me more energy than coffee this week. Oh, what's that? Our last challenge video is blew up. We got many comments, so many likes. Learners from all over the world shouting, give us more challenges. Honestly, that kind of response gave me just a boost of positive energy. Yes, you guys were amazing. The energies were unbelievable. People writing, I survived B1. I made it to B2. I pushed through C1. And some brave person even said, I conquered C2. So here we are, another one. But listen, we accept same crazy energies again. Keep commenting, keep liking, and let English learners everywhere know these challenges waiting for them. That's right. And don't be shy. If you start at B1, write it proudly. If you make it C2, brag a little. You earn it. Yes, bragging rights are absolutely allowed. And remember, the comment section is not just for fun. It's a free writing practice. Every time you type your thoughts, you sharpen your English. And here's the bonus. Maybe I'm asked for it. You upload a PDF transcript of this episode. You'll find it in the description. Use read along, review vocabulary, and shout out the sentences at your own pace. That way, you don't just listen. You practice all four skills. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Perfect. So grab your coffee, put your phone on silent, and get ready. Because today's challenge is about something powerful. A mindset is truly changed how you see the world. The secret power of positive thinking. Or in simple words, learning to look on the bright side. Yeah, seriously, this topic is close to all of us. Positive thinking is not just about smiling, pretending everything is fine. It's about training your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems. I agree, and that's why I chose it for today's challenge. At first, we start simple, B1 English. Then, as level rise, B2, C1, C2. The language will get richer, the idea deeper, and maybe even a little philosophical. That's right. So, let's begin. Level 1, B1 English. Okay, learners, let's start simple. Positive thinking means choosing a good thought instead of a bad one. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I'll try, I'll learn, I can do it. Yes, I noticed. The problem doesn't disappear. Exam is still there. The work is still there. But your feeling changes because your thought changes. That's right. It's like a small switch in your head. One thought makes you feel heavy, another thought makes you feel light. Like carrying a backpack. If you say, this is too heavy, I hate it, the bag feels heavier. If you say, this is exercise, this making me strong, the bag feels lighter. Same bag, different feeling. That's not a good example. Learner, remember this. Positive thinking doesn't mean the problem is gone. It means you might say, I can't handle this. And you know what? Positive is also about focus. If you always look at negative side, you miss a small good things around you. Like when you get one mistake on a text, and you get the thinker say, oh no, I'm terrible. A positive thinker says, I got many answers right, and I fixed the mistake. Same text, but two different feelings. Yes, that's what people say. Your thoughts create your word. If your thoughts are always negative, your words feel dark. If your thoughts are positive, your words feel brighter. So learners, here your takeaway. Positive is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your brain to look at a solution instead of problems. Right? And that's the level 1. Simple, clear, and powerful. Do you survive? If yes, congratulations. But don't relax yet. It's time for level 2. B2 English. This level will get a little more serious, but sentences will be longer, a vocabulary richer, and the idea deeper. That's right. We talk about positive thinking, connections, responsibility, and daily habits. Are you ready? Let's go into the level 2. So, here's the thing. A lot of people think positive thinking is just sitting back and imagining good things that will happen. But here's the truth. If you don't take action, the positive thoughts can turn into the empty promises. Exactly. Imagine this. You have an exam tomorrow. You sit there repeating, I will pass, I will pass, I will pass. That's nice for motivation. But when your books will stay closed, you never study. Well, you shouldn't have to face the music. True. Think about fitness. Can you say, I will be healthy, I will lose weight. But if your idea exercise is only walking to the fridge, then let's be real, the results will change. Yes. So here's the point. Optimism should always hand in hand with action. Positive thinking gives you energy, but action turns energies into the results. And how do we make sure that optimism stays alive? By practicing it every day. Optimism is a one-time thing. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Right? Small habits are the secret. For example, many successful people write down 3 good things that happen everything. That's gratitude. Others start in the morning by repeating a positive phrase like, I can handle whatever comes my way today. And those small practices change your brain. You begin to see problems differently. You miss the bus, and if you're panicking, you might say, okay, at least I have 10 minutes to breathe, or maybe listen to my favorite English podcast. Which, of course, is us. Always look at the bright side, right? Right. It's like saying every cloud has a silver lining. Even tough situations, you can find a small benefit if you choose to see it. That's an important shift. And learners, remember this. Optimism is not a gift that some people have and others don't. It's a skill. It's a choice. And with practice, it becomes a habit. So the secret of level 2 is this. Don't just think positive. Live positive. Build habits. Train your brain. Combine optimism with action, and you will see a real change in your life. Nice silence. Because if you only dream but never act, but optimism is just fantasy. But when you take responsibility and create daily habits, optimism becomes a powerful tool. So that's level 2. More details, more depth, and more idioms. Can you survive? If yes, well done. But now, buckle up. we move into level 3, C1 English. This is where sentences get longer, the vocabulary gets richer, and the ideas get a little heavier. Exactly. And from here, it's not just about daily habits anymore. At level 3, we talk about setbacks, failures, and how the positive thing help you rise again and life now starts now. So, listeners, if you're ready, let's step into the level 3, C1 English. At this level, we're leaving behind the 5 level positive. It's about resilience. It's about rise from setbacks. Not with a smile painting on your face, but with strength carved into your character. That's true. Life is halfway throwing curveballs. You studied for months and still failed exams. You poured your heart into the project and collapsed overnight. You trust someone deeply and disappoint you. In those moments, negativity whisper, "Why bother? You're not good enough." But positive thinking rewrites a narrative. Failure is no longer final. It becomes formative. And setback is no longer a dead end. It's a detour. Even a doorway. It's like saying, "For 7 times, 10 of 8. That's not just optimism. That's grace in action. And this our perspective matters. An optimist, they denies the storm. They acknowledge the thunder, the rain, the darkness, but also keep their eyes fixed on the horizon, knowing the storms pass. Negative thinking is building wall, and positive thinking building bridges over the flood. I once read that resilient people don't just survive in hardship, they metabolize it. They digest the pain, extracts meaning, and it converts it into the fuel for growth. That's the type of positive that transforms strategies into triumph. And psychologists back this up. Study shows optimistic individuals don't avoid pain. They confront it, but they frame it differently. Where one person says, "This is punishment," another says, "This is repetition." That single shift in interpretation changes the entire trajectory of the life. Think about it. 2 people face the same crisis, yet one sinks and the other soars. The difference is luck, it's mindset. And mindset, listeners, is something you can train. So here's the challenge for you at level 3. Reflect on a setback in your life. How did you describe in the time? What is the end role? Or could it be started with something new? That's the power of positive thinking at a step level. Not shallow cheerfulness, but profound resilience. If you survive level 3, congratulations. Your negative heavier vocabulary, layered idioms, and more complex ideas. But don't get too comfortable, because level 4, C2 English, is next. And there, we go beyond resilience into the psychology itself. At this level, we're not just practicing English, we explore how positive thinking shapes our identity, our meaning, and even the way we define the life we live. That's right. This is the final past level of the challenge. Sentences will flow faster, the ideas will feel deeper, and the language will mirror the ways native speakers think and reflect real conversations. So, listeners, if you make it this far, let's take a moment to be proud. Their future is survival all the ways level 4. Are you ready for the ultimate test? Then let's begin. Level 4, C2 English. At this stage, we must confront a paradox. Positive thinking, if you reduce the mere cheerfulness, becomes superficial, a veneer optimism, and comes at first sight of hardship. True positivity is not blind detail of pain. It's an art of transmuting adversity into the meaning. We're sliding. It tempts to treat positive as the recurrent mask, but genuine optimism is closer to inner discipline, a deliberate act of reframing. It asks, what significance can I ask beside this difficulty? How might each struggle shape me into somewhat wiser, steadier, more resilient? Is a powerful idioms. You can stop other ways, but you can learn to solve. The metaphor runs deeper than it seems. Light turbulence is inevitable. Storms are non-controllable, but the choice lies in whether we track helplessly or discover balance within the chaos. And here is the philosophy intertwined with psychology, which Frank agreed the suffering, stripped of meaning, is unbearable, but suffering with a why become endurable. In other words, your mind can transform anguish into the growth by attack into the purpose, which leads to a profound truth. Positive thinking is not about predicting repetition. It's about cultivating its conviction. In even darkness nights contain constellations. To think positive at the higher level is to recognize despair and hope are not positives, but partner is shape depth and character. That's beautifully said. I often say life is a tapestry. Joy, sorrow, failure, and triumph is the thread. Isolated, a darker stance may seem ugly, but woven together with intention, they create a pattern far richer and perfections alone could offer. That's the point. And here's like the challenge for our listeners. Are you content with great resolutions, applause, recession, fleeting comfort? Or are you weaving something enduring, a legacy, a narrative, a resilience, a life defined by purpose rather than circumstance? That's the essence of C2 English. Nuanced agreements, abstract metaphors, complex structures. If you make it far, you not only stretch your language, you stretch your thinking. Congratulations, learners. You survived final box and perhaps layers. You realize that the ultimate secret of positive thinking is not simply to believe in better days, but to build them, thread by thread, thought by thought. And if along the way you found someone vocabulary difficult, don't worry. We got you covered. Yes, we prepared a complete PDF guide with all the key vocabulary, examples, and even practice questions. You'll find it in the description below. Grab it, read along, and use it to shadow the sentence at your own pace. That way, you're not just listening, you're actively learning. And don't forget to leave our comment. Tell us which level you survive, B1, B2, C1, or even C2. Your comment is not just feedback, it's your writing practice. Every time you share your thoughts, you're improving. So keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep building that positive mindset. See you in the next episode of English LUYện Podcast.